That was very rude.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to get us started here. So one thing I want to do is go ahead and welcome you all to Mindful Moments with Kenala. Okay. The podcast where we blend the worlds of the VR chat and mental well-being. Me, I am your host, that friendly little thing here that's like jiggling her tentacles. Yeah, that's me, right there. I'm your friendly VTuber Kenala. We're going to share insights, we're going to do some personal stories and some practical tips on how to build, maintain, and keep sustainable a healthy mindset in both the virtual and the real world. So whether you're navigating the ups and downs of life, seeking balance, or you just need a positive space to recharge, this podcast is all about fostering that supportive, mindful community. So I want you to go ahead and grab your headsets, take a moment to breathe, grab you some snacks. I'm eating some Chinese, and we're going to dive into the journey of self-care and mental health together.
Got my cheese balls.
You got cheese balls?
I got cheese.
Today we're going to
Got my
dive... Lettuce? Oh, we are having...
Yeah.
I love lettuce.
I like the crunchy parts.
I do.
Today we're going to dive into the often unseen side of the life as a content creator, as a streamer, as any sort of influencer. In a world where... Oh, that was ladylike, let me tell you. In a world where that was ladylike, no. In a world where social media highlights the highs, all of the achievements, it often doesn't see the mental health struggles of those who are behind that camera, and they can easily be overlooked. From the pressure of consistently performing to dealing with online criticism and burnout, tonight we're going to explore the realities of behind the scenes and the emotional toll it takes. I'm going to go ahead and hand off the microphone to one of my very favorite creators here. He is like a father to me. I would like to introduce you to Spore.
Hello, everyone. Or I haven't streamed in a while. I'm going to start again later on this week, but I do streams. I do all kinds of things. I'm an avatar creator. I create avatars for VRC, and yeah, that's kind of me.
What he doesn't tell you is that this man has helped me through so many moments in my life where I couldn't think straight. He is a consistent piece of absolute tranquility into my life now. I met him in a very vulnerable stage, and he had brought me out of it and honestly made me a much more confident creator because I do look up to him. So yeah, accept that. I will now be handing the mic to my wife. My absolute twin flame. This woman here, I have so many things to say, but we're going to see exactly what she has to say first, okay?
Oh boy. So my name is Hex. I also go by Hex the Magical Yin on TikTok. That's Hex with 2 X's.
2 X's?
Yep, 2 X's. But I just make TikToks, and I usually play on VR with my wonderful wife. I'm a mom, so life gets pretty chaotic for me. That's really about all I do. I do have like Instagram and stuff, but I really don't post there.
See, I knew she'd leave some shit out. Okay, so Hex here is another person who has absolutely, like, she has sat on the phone with me and talked me off a ledge, you all. This woman I can't thank enough because I feel without her in my life, I probably wouldn't be here. She has made it so that I remember on a consistent basis that I do matter, because I know struggling with exactly what we're going to talk about today, it's been very hard to kind of separate who truly loves me versus who truly loves what you all see right here. And she reminds me on a daily basis that she loves me and she's here for me. And I can't wait to hug this bitch because I'm going to strangle her with my biddies.
Dude, when we meet up, I'm gonna freaking cry when you leave. Like, I'm gonna cry like a bitch.
And then myself. You all are going to learn a couple of things tonight because there's a lot that I have not told you all. I am 31. What? Oh my god. No, fuck that. You already knew I was 31. I barely know I'm 31. That's a change. So I am a content creator. I am not a streamer. I stream, but I am not a streamer. We'll make note on that. We'll explain it at a later date. I am also a mother. I am also a wife. I am also a friend. And I am mainly a weirdo. Depending on where you're going to see this at, if it is you hearing it on Spotify later, if you are hearing it on YouTube later, if you're watching us live on TikTok or on Twitch, you will learn a lot here. But what I want you to mainly learn is compassion for those behind the screen. Okay? Because there's so many things that just don't get talked about. And it leaves a lot of creators with the why question. But before we get into all of that, I have a question for Spore.
Okay.
What have been some of your biggest mental health challenges you faced as a creator in your entire, career?
The biggest mental challenges I've had is, a lot of people when they first start streaming, they have this feeling, when you get on there and you start talking, and you kind of feel like you're just talking to the void.
Mm-hmm.
And, without someone there to kind of give you feedback on what you're saying, you just kind of feel like you're having a conversation with yourself. And honestly, it would kind of make you feel a little crazy at times.
I definitely
Because
get that.
you come up with, you find yourself having full conversations in your own head, and it's just you. So
Yeah.
that's one of the things that I struggled with a lot when I first started, and still do to this day.
Is
Because without having someone there with me in the world, or whatever I'm doing, without having someone there that I can actually talk to, I often find myself not knowing what to say, because I know what I'm going to say.
right.
So, like, you're trying to find your place.
Yeah.
I can relate to that.
There's been numerous times where I've looked at the chat and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm rambling and none of it probably makes sense.
It's okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because it's...
And I find myself rambling a lot.
Especially as a small creator, it's really hard because you don't have a lot of the time I have found when I tell someone that I'm a content creator, they're like, oh, how many people are following you? And I'm like, oh, I have, such and such many. And they're like, oh, so you're not really big. And I'm like, no, I'm not. So.
See, that frustrates me. Like, why, even if you're a content creator or, whatever, a streamer, why does the number matter?
And that's what I'm trying to get across. That number is, it's a godsend, but it's also a huge fear. Because I find myself consistently, Monday through Friday, my nose is in my phone. Because I'm trying to see how did that video upload? How many people liked it? When should I do this? I have been stuck trying to chase numbers. But when it comes to confessing, as a smaller streamer, I've noticed my biggest struggle is, just like Spore said, finding something to fucking talk about. Because you don't have 50,000 people in there feeding you a conversation. So you have to make the conversation. And if you
Oh
stream
God,
for
so hard.
hours on end, baby, oh my God, your mouth will get tired of talking.
You start to go insane with your own freaking self.
I
Yeah.
remember sitting there going, I wish I would shut the fuck up.
And then you start second guessing yourself, like, oh, shit.
Should I have said that? Probably shouldn't have said that. Oh, it's already been said.
Yeah, there's times I've just kind of, well, can't take that back.
It's out there for all of you to see.
I love it. So then, Hex, you
What's
were
up?
talking about how it gets tiring, right?
It does.
Have you ever experienced burnout from streaming or making your videos? And, like, how did you do that? Like, how did you get over it?
Dude, I'll be honest with you. I'm still kind of going through a burnout, and it does have to do with my mental health. I've came to that conclusion like maybe a week or two ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know how I made it to freaking almost 28,000, but I know I'm letting them all down right now because I
Yeah, no joke.
barely post. I barely post. And it's not so much it's a numerous kind of burnout. Like, yeah, you can do the lip syncing videos to the music because, you know, I have moving jaw suits and stuff, so I can do that. But what I've noticed that my followers really enjoy is the off the wall, out of pocket shit that I come up with. And I do that a lot. I come out, you know this about me, Sport Intensa. I am completely out of pocket.
I love
Yep.
it. It's one of the things I love about you.
And it's like sometimes I come up with an out of pocket plan and I go to do it and just there's that wall. There's that wall
Mhm.
right there. And then
Yep.
it turns into, oh, I'll do it later. And then here I am 3 days later with that sound saved on my TikTok, still not doing it.
Dude,
Mhm.
I just looked at my drafts earlier on all the sounds I had saved that I will never get to.
And I do notice that I would post every day, twice a day, one in the morning, one at night. And that's usually how I got really good traction. And, you know, after my brother's passing, it kind of started to dwindle down because I remember my brother saying, like word for word, he's like, I'm really really fucking proud of you. Not everybody can do what you do. And that gave me pride. And then I started posting more and some videos had my brother in it. And then when he was gone, it's kind of like the motivation left with him.
Mm-hmm.
But there is still motivation.
So,
So, yeah.
do you think that maybe half of the problem is, would you chalk that up to like a creative block or more of like an emotional block?
See, I haven't figured that out yet. I can't. I know there's a block. There's some kind of block right now. I still push a couple videos out here and there, obviously. Like, I just posted 2 videos of us playing games together. And I'm really hoping that we get more of those because I'd like to post those and start a little playlist on them.
I got you, boo.
It's just, I think it's kind of both. I think it's both. I know if I push myself, like kind of how, you know, I've been struggling with getting out of bed.
Yeah.
I've gotten a lot better at the past 3 days at getting out of bed.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if I just kind of do that with making videos, just push myself to make one a day.
I mean, you could always reach out to me and we could do it at the same time together. We could be accountability buddies.
Yay, buddies.
Yeah.
We're buddies with a lot of things. I just noticed this.
We are. We're accountability buddies in a lot of aspects of life. I'm here for it.
I am too. I love the random nonsense. I love the random calls at 3 a.m.
Oh, man. Oh.
Our popcorn palace escapades with the substance.
Yes. Oh my gosh, y'all. So we recently, on one of my mental health days, we decided to sit down and watch a movie together because I had realized like my entire existence for so long had been sitting in this chair in front of this computer,
And
either
I had to
dealing with the
reset
Discord
schedule.
or dealing
So
with
I
the
was up.
stream. And oh my god, it got to a point where I dreaded getting out of freaking bed. I was exhausted. So when I set up my whole plan for this year, I told myself I was going to set more time aside for me. And I've kept to it. So on what was it? It was Sunday, right, Hex?
Oh yeah, it was the 19-hour shift of me correcting my freaking sleep schedule.
Yes, we decided for my mental health break, we were going to watch a movie. So we hop in there and we hop in Popcorn Palace, and I'm scrolling, just trying to find a horror movie I haven't seen yet, which is hard, by the way.
At Walmart.
But yes, I had remember sitting there, and I was like, oh, I'd walked through Walmart, and to the left, red flag about me. Ready? I definitely judge a book by its cover. And the cover of this movie looked so interesting. I had to watch it. So when I was scrolling and I saw it, I was like, fucking bet. Okay, this movie is weird.
It was so bad.
So weird.
Good.
But I know when like that night, I had felt so great. I felt so fucking nice to be able to sit here, watch a movie with a friend, and not worry about, oh, do I need to go make this video? Or do I need to go post? Like, has anything gone out today? How has the numbers been? Or anything like that. It gets exhausting. It really does. And I'm an old bitch.
I do know, as a content creator, when I was consistently posting, I mean, yeah, I did worry about the numbers. Like, I did worry, like, whether my video made it to, like, 500 views.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually, somewhere down the line, I tried not to worry about the numbers and just posted and shoved out weird, fun videos. I tried to make it more of a fun thing than a number thing.
Something you could enjoy.
Yeah, because if you're too worried about the numbers, it becomes tedious. It becomes a task. It becomes a chore. And then it's stressful, and we don't like stress. Stress can go that way. It could go sit in the corner and drink cream corn from a can.
And I want to make note, chat knows. Okay, your audience knows when you're not having fun anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Make that known. Spore.
Yep.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Are you ready for it? Are you ready now, Mr. Krabs? I want to know, since you are probably the one person I know with the most experience when it comes to like VR chat, being with people. I know, for one, a term that I had just been introduced to when I started going into VR chat was something called imposter syndrome. And I never understood what it meant until I looked into it. Have you ever had to deal with it?
Yes.
What was that like for you?
So. It's very cathartic because, and I still struggle with it some these days because, it's like when you go on VR and you hang out with people, everybody's always really happy to see you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you'll sit there on blue and nobody comes by. So it kind of makes you feel, well, is it really me they like? Or, it'll make you feel like you're an imposter in your own body almost.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. How do you deal with it? Because like I know for me, I still struggle with it very much. I know I message Hex on a daily basis. Bitch, do you love me?
Well,
it's okay.
For me, for me, I have to remind myself that everybody has a life just like me. and they have their own things going on. So no, they're not always going to want to just come hang out with me just because I'm there.
Right.
So I have to remind myself of that, and especially with my autism, that fucks with it too. So
Yeah, we be risen with the tism over here. It's a problem.
Oh yeah.
yeah. So I mean, it's just one of those things where I just try not to take it personally.
I get that.
That's the main thing I can say to that is, I just try not to take it personally, and I'll reach out and just kind of poke around and say, hey, how you doing? And then okay, yeah. Then my fears are kind of washed away.
You could always message me, Spore. I'll tell you I
I
love you.
do. I do.
You could always message me too.
We'll get a group chat. We'll call it the chain of love. So, Hex, how about you? Have you ever dealt with imposter syndrome?
Can you define it in a sentence, please?
Oh shit! I didn't know I was in the spelling bee. So no, being imposter syndrome, from what I read, is when you are struggling with differentiating whether or not a person likes, like I said earlier, and like Spore said, do they like you or do they like who they think you are, which is the person behind the camera.
Yeah.
Oh, like I can't. There's been times where people have like messaged me on like TikTok or Telegram or whatever, and they thought I was this type of person or the persona that I put off in my videos, because each of my suits have like different personas. One's an asshole, one's
Hmm.
silly, one's goofy. Just they all have their different vibes that I give off. Well, I guess they would think that that's the vibe they're gonna get when it's not. And I used to find myself trying to mask and be the person that they wanted to be, which I do not recommend.
No, especially
Yeah.
if you risen with the tism, it's hard to take off once you put it back on.
Oh, it definitely
Hmm.
is.
And if you've had it on for a long time, baby, it is like trying to rip off a second skin.
Oh, yeah. And like, I guess like what really sealed it for me is like, I don't know if they liked me for me or if I was just convenient for them at the time or whatever it may be. Like it
Hmm.
got to the point to where
Yeah.
I stopped. I don't reach out no more. Like if you want to talk to me, you can come to me first, because there's been so many instances, so many people where I have to be the one to message first. I have to be
Yeah.
the one to start the
Yep.
conversation every time. And ever since I stopped being the one to start the conversation, I've literally, on my one hand, is the amount of people that talk to me, which makes me feel they liked the thought of me and liked me when it was convenient.
Mm-hmm.
I think that answers the question. I don't
It
know if it
does.
isn't.
It does.
Hmm.
It does. So if you remember last month, I believe I spoke to you about this. It's around the same time I learned that it was an actual problem. I had told you that one of my biggest fears as a content creator and relationships is, does that person want a relationship with me, or do they want a relationship with Kenala? Do they want a relationship with Sky? Like, it was hard to always differentiate between that, because so much of the time I've noticed I'm only ever spoken to if someone wants something. And it wasn't cool anymore. I was getting tired of it.
Hmm.
I just felt like a filler friend.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was one of those like, oh yeah, I know that person. And that's all I ever
That's
was.
kind. Yeah. That's kind of the way I felt in a past friendship.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's really hard because it makes it hard for you to like trust people enough to build friendships and relationships with, because in the back of your head, like, there's always going to be that little thought of what if.
And another
Hmm.
thing, Like, I've also noticed it too a lot on TikTok with like smaller account. Like, I'm still a small account, don't get it twisted. But like the smaller accounts will see that, oh wow, you have 10,000 more than me. And they just want to be your friend because you got bigger numbers.
Yep. I've had to get rid
Mm-hmm.
of a couple of friendships because of that. Oh
That
man.
like, be my friend because of me, not because of what I could be or what I am online. You should like me for me, and I guess not many people like me for me except like you, Spore, Peg, and like a couple other people.
See, but I firmly believe that you don't need to have a whole bunch of people. All you need is that person. One person who will listen to
Mm-hmm.
you and receive you. And if you are lucky enough to have more than one of those, you hold on to them, baby. I need you to tie them up to the chair and stick them in your closet because they
All
can't
right,
go anywhere.
you got to come over now, Tensa, so I can put you in my closet.
Okay, the safe word is pineapples.
Oh, I thought it was Jimmy John's.
Oh, I like Jimmy John's though.
Oh,
Yum.
we'll say it's a number 9. How about that?
Oh shit.
You just start screaming number 9.
Oh shit. So, my next question, I'm gonna ask Hex this next question.
Ooh,
How do
boy.
you measure your success? And is it tied solely to a number, or is there an an outside validation pushing it?
I wouldn't say numbers really matter to me at this point. I mean, yeah, they're great and all. Like, you know, it gives me a sense of accomplishment. But I'm more into like the emotional, like community type thing. Like, I like to see the smiles and like the good vibes that come from it. Like, I just, numbers don't matter.
You want people you can bullshit with on a Wednesday night.
Basically, like, I
Yep.
crave the community. I crave the friendship. I crave the positivity.
She craves the tentacle, y'all. It's okay.
I need all.
Or how do you think you would measure your own version of success? Like, what does it look like for you?
Honestly, numbers have never really mattered to me. I only bring it up when somebody tries to bring up clout, and it's just kind of like, okay, yeah,
Suck it.
yeah. It's like, well, since you brought it up,
And now I'm gonna choose violence.
but yeah, it's I measure my success in the engagement, and when I say in the engagement, it's the genuine engagement where you're actually having a genuine conversation, and it's not some blown out person's trying to RP with you, and oh my god,
Oh
that's
god.
Oh, I'm a
oh,
Oh
nerd.
god.
I don't want an automatic RP right off the rip, my guy.
I
You gotta buy me
know.
dinner first. I'm at least worth $250.
I start spewing nonsense and some out of pocket crap when they try to do that. Like, I ain't got time for that. Please
I
no.
mean, come on. It's like people have come into mine and wanted to sit there and start RPs, and I'm like, dude, people used to pay $4.99 a minute for this back in the '80s. No,
Damn it!
That's the fucking
Oh my god! Listen, I
What?
bet you could like sell it online. Okay, hear me out. 82 cents a minute.
2 cents a 2 cents a letter.
Oh god.
But I swear, it's like, no, we're not doing this. It's like, I'm sorry, but if you immediately come out with RP, I block you. I don't even say anything else. It's like, okay, you're done.
Walks over
We're
to the
cutting
block
that off
button.
right here.
I send those out of pocket gifts to them when they try to initiate it, and if they continue, I just start sending weirder and weirder gifts
You
that are
should
complete.
You should send them a GIF with a pig on its back exposing its 8 nipples.
I will do that. Bet.
There we go. Good deed for the day done. Okay.
Your good deeds fueling my chaos. Yay!
So I know another thing that I have recently had to start doing is allowing me to have time away from the computer. And it's been hard trying to schedule that in there because, you just want to kind of always be watching in case you miss something. There might be something that you can sign up for, an email that might come through. And I had to force it because, y'all, I risen with autism. So schedules, yes. So weekends are off for me. What have you done, Spore, to ensure that you still have time for yourself? And what do you like to do on your time off?
Well, I doom scroll a lot.
Thank you, Scott.
Yeah, I do scroll a lot. I work on avatars. I have avatar commissions that I'm working on right now, so I do that in my free time. I've started watching The Orville with my stepson, and just spending time with my family, really. Because I realized before, I know we might touch on this a little later, but I want to go ahead and say it.
Go right on
But
ahead.
back in November was when I realized that I was spending exorbitant amount of time on VR and on the computer, and I was neglecting my family and stuff. So
I have
I know
been
y'all
there.
probably noticed I'm not online that much anymore, and that's why I realized that my priorities have gotten a little skewed.
Yeah, I definitely get
So
that.
I took the steps and I said, you know what? I'm only going to do VR on this day, this day, and this day. The rest of the time is going to be spent with family, doing something that way, or working on another project, doing something a little more productive.
You were going to touch grass. I'm proud of you.
Yay, grass!
Hmm.
What about you, Hex? What are some of your hobbies and how have you put them in there?
So usually I try to squeeze in, obviously me time. I usually play on the Xbox when I can, when my fiance isn't
Hogging
playing.
it with my husband.
I like to watch. I like to watch murder mystery, spooky shit, like Ghost Adventures. If it's got a serial killer in it, I'll watch it. I love all that crap, okay? Like, I get lost on YouTube watching police body cam footage stuff. Like, I am into it. On top of that, I'll watch anime. I usually clean. Some people think cleaning is a chore. I find it therapeutic because after I clean everything and look at it, I feel great.
You want to come clean my house?
I will for a pack of cigarettes and a case of Dr. Pepper. I got you.
I'll even throw in a taco.
Oh, yay. Is it a Supreme taco?
No, listen, I'm broke, okay? Remember, I'm 250.
Oh, shit.
It's
Okay, I'll bring another 250.
Okay, now we're talking.
And like when I do take a break from like my phone, like you've seen it, like there's times where I take a break from Discord just because I just need a break.
Yeah.
I take a nap and I try. Like I used to be on VR a lot. Lord knows, like back in the olden times before I met this.
Don't say that. Don't say olden times.
That's what my son calls it.
Ah.
Like olden times. But I would be on VR a lot, and now I've made it to where I get on later in the day so I can spend the day with Justin and spend a little bit of time with my son after he does his homework and, I'll get on right before dinner or like a little bit after dinner, and I give myself Fridays and the weekends to do however long I want to be on VR.
Mm-hmm.
But I basically had to get myself in a habit of being like, it's okay to put the phone down. It's okay to step away.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like all up in it, like trying to make sure everything was doing what it was supposed to do and making sure people weren't mad at me and making sure I'm doing this right and these numbers look good. It's okay to put it down, step away, and forget that it exists for like 2 hours.
It's okay to touch grass.
Yeah, go outside, roll around in it. It'll be great.
Puff it. It'll be okay. But what I'm hearing
You roll around
is...
in it, you puff it all you want, I'm smoking.
I'm smoking. Listen, we slime all the time. Hey.
Roasty toasty.
But what I commonly had in all of that is you set a boundary.
Basically.
Yeah.
Because I know it got to a point where Justin's like, you need to like spend a little bit of time with me. I feel neglected. And then I felt really bad because that was not my intention to do that.
Right.
And that's why when I have freaking trauma, okay?
Trauma.
Justin's a great man, but past relationship was not my friend. So now that he's voiced that he felt neglected and I fixed it, I've done everything, I set that boundary and everything. But if I'm on the headset for like 3 hours or something, I'll come out and be like, do you feel neglected? Are you okay? He's like, I'm fine. Go play your game. I'm like, okay.
Oh.
So I'm like, I think I'm in trouble, but I'm not. I don't know how else to explain it.
I'm just going to get a sticker and I'm going to smack it on your forehead that says no.
I'm like, Peg. The no.
No. Before you can even finish it out, I'm just going to smack it on there.
I'm going to make it a sticker in the group chat now on our iPhones.
Do it! Oh my goodness. So...
Which reminds me, I need to send cursed Furbies to Peg.
Yes, definitely. I have one more amazing question for you, lovely beans.
Yay.
What advice would you give to other creators who are feeling bent out?
Let's see.
Ma, you go ahead.
My you gotta think, don't you, sport?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is a two-part question. I'm sorry, I'm slimed.
Oh, you're good. If I was to give advice to someone who's getting burnt out, I would be like, take a moment for yourself. If you need to, take a break, because sometimes you do need a break from a burnout. Or even like take your ideas, put them on paper, and then go from there. But ultimately, it's okay to take a break, because usually what brings burnout on is stress.
Yeah.
And then part 2 of that, what advice would you give yourself on day 1?
Oh. You don't have to be everybody's friend.
Ooh. Ooh. I feel that one to my core.
My advice is vet who you follow.
Yes.
What is this?
Vet
if someone
who you follow.
follows you, don't. Okay, yeah. My number one piece of advice: if you're going to start an account and start streaming or start putting content out there, don't do the follow for follow thing.
Mm-mm.
You're going to get some weird people.
Oh yeah, I never really got into that.
Me either.
I think I did it like once or twice, and it just became chaotic.
I didn't like it.
It does. So I did it one time. I ended up getting some really weird followers, and yeah, after that, yeah, anybody that followed me, I went to their account. If they didn't have any posted videos, and I'm not talking like I'm not talking like game edits and stuff like that. If it was game edits and stuff, I just assumed it was a child and moved on.
Yeah.
Um, but they would have to have like some sort of real life content, them talking on a video or them in suit on a video doing a little dance. They had to have some form of content
Yeah, I need to
that,
go through my list. I need to do a clean out.
yeah. But that would be my advice. You know, just make sure that who you follow is going to be of of
The quality
equal
you
or
want.
better quality than yourself.
And another thing I would give advice for, don't jump on the drama train or whatever, trending train is
Yeah,
going on. Like if
Yep.
you see
there's
a
two.
video of somebody like, oh, this person stole my cookie. Okay,
Yeah,
well, that's fine. You can agree or disagree, just don't jump on that bandwagon.
Yep. It's not worth it.
yeah.
Don't
There's
Because
invite
two
that energy.
sides to every story.
yeah, there's
There's
two
two
sides
sides
to
to
every
every story.
story. And it's good to get both views of the story. Like it depends. Like let me backpedal a little bit. Like certain things I can jump on the train with. Like say somebody was accused of a crime, a really heinous crime, and their mug shots on the internet. Yeah, jump
Hmm.
on that bandwagon. Get
Yeah.
away from them. Alert the public. I don't know. Fly a flag above the freaking Empire State
I
Building.
want it to
I
be
don't know.
yellow.
Yeah, but if it's somebody saying this person said this, okay, that is third-hand information.
That's
You're
telephone.
getting it from someone. Yeah, you're getting it from someone that was told by someone that someone said it.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, that's
Produce
not reliable information.
and I'll make a decision after I see the receipts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Produce them every time. So, Spore, what would you give yourself on day one?
On day one, don't worry about the numbers. I'm just like everybody else. I was worried about the numbers. Oh, I got to reach 1,000 followers so I can go live. And then once I go live, I was like, oh, I got to hit 2,000. Oh, I got to hit 3,000. It's chasing numbers. Don't do it.
It gets
Don't do it.
exhausting.
Yeah.
Once I hit about 15,000, I was like, you know what? I'm not even worried about the numbers anymore. And then I looked one day and I'm like, oh, I'm at 20.
Oh,
Sweet.
shit.
It's like I have 13, and I'm like, I'm mildly okay with this.
And then I also sit there and think, like, if I do get up there in the hundreds of thousands and, that's going to be, I feel like it's going to be a lot of pressure because then I have more eyes on me. Because I've seen
Yeah.
so many people on TikTok with millions of followers just crash and burn because they said one wrong thing.
Yep.
Yep.
It's always the fear. Like, I want to be a mid-tier creator. Okay, I want a decent amount so that I can push out as much as I can and reach a wide variety, right? But I don't want to be too big. Because then all it takes is, like, I already deal with it. The other day after we played the Smile Room, I was uploading some videos on there and I had a hate train. A whole bunch of people coming to the videos and reporting them for absolute nonsense. And I was like, I couldn't imagine doing this on a bigger scale. I would lose my mind.
Like, I want to be known just enough. Like, say you go somewhere and they're like, hey, have you heard of this person? Yeah, I've heard of them. Not,
Yeah.
hey, have you heard of this person? Oh my God, I love them. Did you see this? Did you see that? Did you see that? No, I just want to be like a whisper in the ear. Like, I just want to be kind of known, but not known.
You want to be that gentle
Yeah.
touch
Yeah,
We do
like
not,
in the
we do not
basement.
want to be populars.
yeah, I don't want to be a popular. I do not. I really do not. I've seen so many crash and burn, so much drama, so much this, so much that. I just want to be like a little freaking gremlin that lives in your brain for like 30 seconds.
You want to be a tapeworm inside of my body? Say what?
I do.
Okay.
I'm gonna eat all your.
Okay. I'm glad with
It's a
that.
codependent. Okay. Once I'm in there, you're not allowed to remove me because we are one at that point.
We will be symbiotic. Okay, y'all. See, this is what I'm talking about. We talked about this in the beginning. It starts getting into some weird nonsense. Okay. So that is all we're going to do for today. We're getting close to our hour. I had a lot of fun. Does anybody else have any last moment comments?
Make sure you eat, make sure you use the bathroom, make sure you shower, and take a good sleep.
What if I don't want to go to the bathroom?
Well, that sounds like a very doctorish type problem, and I hope you don't sneeze when it...
I'll just go watch a scary movie. It'll come out.
No, we have to go play a horror game or go to a what is it, a scare house? A
Yep.
haunted house.
Yep. I will immediately shit my pants.
Bitch, we need to go ghost hunting IRL.
Oh my god. What about you, Spore?
I don't know.
He says he's reached the floor.
Yeah, I don't know. Just you don't do drugs. Stay in school. Yeah.
Don't do drugs.
Or Diablo on TikTok.
Oh, okay. I'll try not to do drugs. Just ignore that sound. It's okay. Good night.
I don't classify that as drugs.
Yeah, and also don't eat your left tennis shoe on a Wednesday.
Oh, damn. I need to
Okay, I'll do it on
go.
Thursday.
I gotta go. I ate my left shoe.
God dang it, Tenta. You had one job.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I love you, wife.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get some lovins in. Thank you all for tuning in to Mindful Moments with Kenala. Behind the screens, I hope today's conversation helped shed some light on some mental health struggles many of us content creators, streamers, and influencers face behind the scenes. If you or someone you know is dealing with these challenges, remember you're not alone, and reach out to support and it makes you a powerful person. It's okay to ask for help. Okay? Don't forget to like and subscribe and all of those things I'm supposed to tell you to do after the video, but most of all, leave a review, okay? Your feedback helps keep the conversations going. And if you ever need someone to talk to or you want to dive deeper into some of these topics, feel free to connect on me. Don't do that.
That's my job.
Connect with me. Hey. On Discord, you can find all of those links to the other social medias as well in my bio. Remember, you're never alone on this journey. I'm proud of you. I love you all.